It is open, my friends. Battles have yet to begin. Laughter will be heard in gales and floods, but if not, at least there will be blood. The sorrow and loss may abound. We'll do our best to hold this hallowed ground.
Let's pop into it by segueing double header over to shadows as you're doing an infiltration. Double shift.
Get 6 feet long.
Phrasing. Goodness gracious, that's tall.
Giant otters can get 6 feet long. Guys. They could eat you.
Yes.
A pack of those could eat you.
A pack of those
Sorry,
could definitely eat
Folks,
you.
in between episodes, we were talking about the monstrosities that are giant river otters.
But it started off at sharks,
It did.
as is the custom.
And now we're moving to a cat trying to infiltrate a certain region that is very dangerous. Or
Keywords trying.
Keywords are trying. Alright. Give us a description, Shadows, as to how you are getting into position. You have your false identity. You have how it needs to look. What else are you doing? First, actually, why not? Let's start with a stealth check, actually, instead, to see if you can get up to location easily enough and evade detection.
Indubitably. We have a 28.
20. Oh, yeah, easy enough. All right, what's your plan? You're in place.
All right, so
how you
my
doing
plan is to spend the first hour examining, watching, seeing who comes and goes, seeing how the guards are. Obviously, probably very professional, but you know, just double checking everything, how busy the area is.
It's much the same as last time. Very unbusy. There is a crossover between the guards, about 15 minutes. The shift that is taking over steps in. They're both there for about 15 minutes or so, and then the shift that's going away leaves. There is no blind spots to this door. It is thoroughly covered.
How often do runners come with messages and whatnot?
Messages? Not at all. They arrive, so you would see in your time frame, you would see one arrive, and they enter, but they don't leave.
Enter but don't leave. Okay.
When it gets to lunchtime, you see someone arrive, they enter with a tray, and the runner that you saw earlier leaves.
Oh, okay, I see.
And then 10 minutes after, the one that brought in the lunch leaves.
Okay. Going to be difficult. I'm gonna. Okay, how does the whole area we're in look overall? Like, is it a hallway with a door that they're guarding, or is
Hallway
it like
to
an
a
open
dead end.
space area?
So
Hallway
you
to a
are
dead end.
kind of in a T-section open space area where you can get and take cover whenever people do start coming by, but very light in traffic, so easy to stay out of sight, especially with the 28. But it's a hallway at a dead end. You would be walking about 15 feet or so to get to where they are guarding their door.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna start with, might be a bad idea, but we're gonna try it. A minor illusion of a scream happening somewhere around the other side of the T section, just out of sight of where those guards are, to see how they react. Like someone might have, been jumped or something.
Right. Okay. Give me a persuasion. No, never mind. Sorry, can't actually even ask for. I'm trying to. Give me an insight check. That's what I'm looking for.
21.
21. There is no reaction in any of the guards. One of them shifts a little uncomfortably, but none of them make any motion. Like they're going to go investigate whatever that was.
Interesting. I'm going to start my way down the hall, looking like I'm meant to be here, and I'm heading directly towards them as if I was told to.
Okay.
And then I'm going to approach them, and I'm going to say, I was told to come here for a message to be delivered upstairs.
Yeah, papers in command. You know you can't get in
I
without...
provide the...
He takes the papers, but finishes while talking. He's like, and the command papers, just general message paper is not enough. You know this.
I start patting my pockets, and then I start looking really nervous, a little anxious, and then I look back down the hall like I might have dropped something, and then I'm going to cast darkness on the area we're in right now.
Okie dokie. All right, you cast darkness on this area. Yeah, give me initiative. That is the only thing I can ask for on this. Okay.
27.
27. You are definitely acting before they do. With the 27, darkness now envelops this entire corridor, even wraps around over the entire T-section area. What are you doing?
I'm going to step between and behind them. Then I'm going to... It's also a concentration. I'm not going to do that. I'm... Well, I'm going to attempt to open the door.
Okay. The door handle does not open. It does not shift or move. It is clearly locked. And yeah, it's locked. Can you see through your own darkness?
No. That's one thing I cannot do. I just doing this all based off of how I had seen and that hour I took to look at everything.
Right. Yeah.
It's all based off of memory at this point.
Right. Okay. So based off of the looking in the beginning, Biddy. Let me check your passive perception.
17.
17. It's good enough. There was no keyhole on the outside of this door. It is definitely locked.
Second. Well, kind of infiltration work isn't 100% what Shadows is good at. But we gotta do what we gotta do. I'm going to crouch down and be as small as possible to see how they react to the, or not see, but sense how they react to the darkness. And that'll be my turn.
Right, okay. As soon as the darkness goes off, you hear them shift. There is a muffled "Gah!" from the one you were speaking to. They are going to pad around and try to find. You do hear them calling, one of them saying, "Hey, So you still don't know. Try to find him. They're obscenely calm.
Obscenely calm.
And you
That's
feel
a sentence.
one of them very soon after seize hold of your shoulder. There you are. That is going to take their turn now. It'll be around to your turn. There's a hand on your shoulder.
All right, perfect. Good enough. I'm going to dispatch of the guy that has that hand. I'm going to attack him.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
Wait, we want to use this one. Oh, that's going to be a 25 to hit.
Is this at disadvantage? You are blind right now.
Oh, disadvantage. Still a 25.
Still a 25. Yeah, that hits.
All right. It's 1d8 plus 5. That is going to be 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
You give a smack. Hear a clean crunch of what sounds to be a bone fracturing underneath, and a grunt. The hand does not leave your shoulder. It stays there.
Bonus action. Flurry of blows. I have 2 attacks.
2 attacks,
On
yeah,
an
2 more
attack
attacks
action.
with. You do
Well,
have
I have 2
on
attacks
attack
normally
action.
with the attack action, so.
Yep.
Second attack is just a 20. Dirty.
Just a 20, that still hits.
Okay, perfect. Another 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Another smack with an...
And then we'll do the flurry of blows. 24 to hit.
24 hits?
Oh wait, hold on. At disadvantage.
Yeah,
yep,
these are
still
at disadvantage,
24.
yeah. Goodness.
Keep rolling higher on the second roll. That will be 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Another smack.
Final one.
Feel of a little something moist smacking onto the side of your face, possibly some blood that just escaped his mouth.
Is a 19 to hit.
19 still hits?
Okay, good. That'll be 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
10 points. And another solid, satisfying crack. The hand may have slipped a few times, but contact's been still constant. At the end of that fury and those blows, Shadows, you can definitely tell that these are not single ply guards. Because this guy's still up.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
No. The other guy is going to come over. And he is going to try to see if he can put a hand on you and find you as well. I'm still rolling with your... No, I shouldn't be rolling with your 28. What's your AC? That's what I should be rolling with you.
18.
18. Oh yeah, he finds you. He finds you, and I need you to make 2 wisdom saving... No. Hang on, I always mix this up, and I have to make sure. It's either a wisdom or it's a charisma saving throw. I know what the effects of this spell does. But I can never get the correct one. I always have to look it up. It's a wisdom saving throw. I need you to make 2 wisdom saving throws.
Good.
As you hear
I
2
actually have a
words.
wisdom saving throw.
Sit and stay.
Sit
Being
and
uttered
stay.
from one from each.
A 20 and a 19.
A 20 and a 19. The 20 succeeds, the 19 does not. So you don't sit, but you stay. And that is what
That's
you have to do for
unfortunate.
your entire turn, is just stay.
Can I still attack, or?
You have to use your action to stay.
Oh, but I have a bonus action still, right?
Let's do. Am I looking at the correct one? Let's see, because that is an important question. Is it your entire turn or is it just your action? I was looking at the wrong one. Screw 2024 rules. Yeah. Doo-doo. Yeah, you still have your bonus action. You just have to make sure you use your action to stay.
Is this a charmed effect?
This is a charmed effect.
And it specifically says I have to use my action?
You have to use your action.
Damn, because stillness of mind is you can use an action to end one effect on yourself that is caused if you are being charmed or frightened.
Is that your action to do though?
It says you can use an action, so that's why I was.
Right, yeah. So yeah, you wouldn't be able to use that for
Stillness
this.
of mind is an action.
Nope.
Well, at least it's still dark.
Yeah, no damages. But I need to roll another dice quickly. Okie dokie. It's your turn.
Is there any save after the effect?
No, it's just during your turn you have to use your action to stay where you are.
Well, I don't have anything I can do then.
And you stay where you are. And in the next turn, I need you. Well, actually, no. One of them is going to try to put you in a chokehold, a grapple. That was a natural 20. You were grappled. And the other one is going to try to put manacles on you. Now, normally with the grappling stuff, it's a contested roll. However, he rolled a natural 20. So as the contester, he gets you into that grapple.
You can't get the defense natural 20?
No, as the initiator would win it either way. Because he also got that natural 20. Good thought, though. He does not beat your AC for the manacles, though, so it'll roll around to you again. You are currently grappled right now, Shadows, and someone is seizing hold, trying to seize hold and grab both of your wrists to put them in chains, and you can hear the chains of these manacles coming out now.
Do I have my action now?
Yeah, it is a new turn, yeah, so you have your action again. But you are grappled,
Okay.
so 0 movement. And you'd have to break your grapple to get away.
That's
Or-
totally fine.
And all of your attacks are still always at disadvantage, because you're in darkness.
Hold on 1 second.
We'll take this second to remind everyone that there's a Discord server you can join. There's also merch that you can go and shop online and get things like this. Friendship! I knew there was going to be trials, so I put friendship on my shirt today. And that! Let's do it to it, y'all. And this! Look at all this merch stuff. It's great.
Okay, if I drop darkness, how well lit is this hallway?
It was well lit enough that you'd see everything.
Alright, with the guy grappling me, are there any shadows that I can see further down the way?
If you were in reference between them and the door from where they were, there would have been a shadow. But with the scuffle that's gone on, I can't say shadows would rightfully have the orientation still to where that would be. You would have to get yourself in place. So unless you're in that position now where you're grappled, you would still have to break your grapple to get into position. But
Well, I'm casting silence first.
Silence first. Okay.
Yes.
So the darkness is going to go flip away,
Yes.
suddenly filled with brightness
silence
again.
is going to be...
And silence, so all the noise just disappears.
Yep.
And you can see very cleanly now, they look as calm as they sound.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to get myself some leverage advantage so that I can try and flip the guy that's currently grappling me to the ground with me on top of him.
That wouldn't count as being in shadow.
No, I know.
Right, with you on top of him. Okay.
Yes.
You're essentially trying to reverse this grapple.
I mean, he's still going to be grappling me. It's just I'll be on top.
With how he's grappling you, you being on top would be putting yourself prone with your back to him in a chokehold. That would be a worse position.
He'd be prone as well, though. That's the thing.
Do it to it if you want to try that. Give me an athletics check. Athletics or acrobatics?
Let's do acrobatics.
My dice has run away. Oh, no, I just couldn't see it. You got an 18.
I got 27.
27, okay. You managed to flip this guy, flipping him over, landing on top. You're now both prone on the ground. The other guy standing with the manacles, his facial expression doesn't even change. He just looks down and starts reorientating himself towards this. You have a bonus action left. You're still grappled, so no movement. Fun? Bonus action?
I didn't make any attacks, technically.
Also, no, you didn't. Yeah, it doesn't count as an attack. That was just a skill check.
I'm being restrained by the grapple, right?
Not restrained. Restrained and grappled are two different things. You were just being grappled. Yeah, just your movement is gone.
Can I dodge while it being grappled?
I wouldn't say so.
I don't think I have a bonus action I can do right now.
Okay. The guy who's got you grappled then is going to try to take it the next step and restrain you. This, you do get a athletics or acrobatics check against. But I believe they're at disadvantage because of the grappling. No, that's just dexterity saving throws. So, athletics or acrobatics to see if you can not get restrained. He got a 2 on his dice, so unless you rolled a natural 1, I'm pretty sure you did well.
27 total.
Oh, yeah, you did fine. So you're still grappled, but he hasn't managed to pin down your legs and your arms just yet. Just keeping hold of you. But the other guy is still going to keep trying to slap those manacles on you, which is going to be another athletics or acrobatics check. Ooh, that's much better. You got 24.
Oh, unfortunately, I believe Meats beats because I also got 24.
Meats beats, and he's the aggressor, so the Meats beats goes towards the aggressor. He slaps the manacles on with the movement
That's
around.
on my hands, right?
With one of your hands, yep. One of your hands gets snagged into it, and the other one gets snagged into it. I need you to make a intelligence saving throw.
I got a natural 20 for a total of 21.
Oh boy, that's the only way you could have actually passed this. Congratulations. You know immediately, Shadows, you need to get these things off quick. Your intelligence, your mind is being sapped away from you and removed from your general consciousness right now. You're going to be repeating that saving throw every 6 seconds as long as you have these on. As their turn, it is around to you. You are grappled. You have manacles chained around your wrists.
Have they locked them yet?
They clicked. You would have heard a click, but you're in a field of silence right now. They faceted together. You're not sure if they're locked.
Oh. Let's see. We'll start by breaking this grapple.
Okay. Give me an athletics or acrobatics.
23.
Oh boy. Alright. This is the dice I'm rolling. Because I think this is probably going to be a very important moment. He needs to roll. Beat a 23. He needs to roll 16 or higher. Take a picture real quick. He rolled an 8.
Well, that can't be good.
You broke the grapple. He with an 8, you passed it.
Okay.
You have broken free of this thing, of this person behind you. And what are you doing next? The grapple's broken.
Can I slip the manacles off? Or are they truly, in fact, locked?
You would need to do a sleight of hand, and that would probably take your action, and you've already used your action to get out of the grapple. So at this point in time, no.
Alright, can I see a shadow down the hallway now? Now that I'm no longer grappled?
With your preparation, there's probably a certain spot that you've prepared to be in shadows so that you could watch, so that when someone comes by, you could escape out quickly. I think that makes sense.
I'm going to step into the standing guard's shadow and shadow step to that shadow.
Stepping in between the door, you notice that as you're stepping into the shadow, the door is beginning to creep open for a second. where you also notice the guard on the ground. You know you got some solid hits in there. You felt some blood speckle onto your face. He looks fine. And then you shadow step into the next spot. There is crusts of dried blood on where his face is, but he doesn't look injured. You step into that spot, and you still have half your movement.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I'm staying in as much shadow as possible and out of sight as I can. I'm going to move the rest of the way away from them. And then probably have to make a stupid save that I can't save unless I roll a nat 20 again.
Let's see what happens. End of your turn, roll another intelligence saving throw.
Well,
You never know.
Take a picture of this.
Don't say anything, because we're going to move away from you, and we're going to go back to Ultion and BT. And leave everyone at a lovely... Just pop me a picture. Pop me the picture of what it is for. Just me, not the other two. Stay away from that private chat. Let's talk about something more cheerful, shall we?
Anyway.
On another portion of the city itself, in a higher level, the sound of this grinding gears and metal gets a little louder. And as Ellie's escorting the two of you to where the source is coming from, let me flip over to the page where I actually have a full name. I am Ellie Eliadras. I am curator of various different architect shops and certain archaeological discoveries as well. I put most of my money and time into seeking history, lost facts that have been gone for a long time. When you first started, pointing at you, BT, first started reaching the realms of the underground network for information, I must confess I became very curious. That, what you just did in there, that came from a very untrustworthy source. I needed to confirm if they were correct. Thank you very much. For this, actually, all of this, not just because you are friends with you-know-who. I'm not going to be charging you that much, which is, I know, counterpart to the Grantinan way. Line our pockets. Such hoopla. To see what more else can I tell you? Yes. This wonderful invention was created when I saw that there was an unfairness being dealt to the scribes in certain districts. They were being overworked, required to meet ridiculous quotas. So I did what I could to purchase up a few, take control, learn what the workforce wanted and desired, and they wanted an easier way to do things, so I got them to come up for something with it. And this is it. She opens the door, and inside, lined up, are three of these very large mechanical contraptions that have various pieces moving and whirring. There's lines of paper product going into an area and then coming out with ink printed on top of it. Now this is just part of the process. She starts yelling at you all because it's very loud in here. But I won't do that the whole time, for our sakes. What happens
I'm already
here?
half deaf, so I'm just reading her lips.
What happens here is we get the roll of the paper, it gets undone, and as it is being re-rolled on another side, a portion of what is desired to be created is printed onto it. Later on, the next process is cutting and getting it put in order. We then worry about bindings or pamphleting, whatever the desire is. It's all about how you want it to be designed as well. The reason we do it this way is we can get that quantity out, and the production, waves her hand around, can still be managed by the workforce that it will be replacing. We won't have as much of a need, so of course there is going to be some loss. But we will be able to do much, much more with this. We can fill schools with texts and knowledge. We can help spread information so that when people see these sets of lies, they can tell what it is. When they see the propaganda, whatever is being produced to them, they have a stronger chance of knowing. Now, come. It's a little loud in here. Takes you to a private room, closes the door, and the sound is deafened greatly, but there's still windows that you can see inside. That's the goal, at least. So far, we've been shoehorned by politics. Every time we try, they always tell us no. Thankfully, there is a sense of free privatization. For now, at least. We'll see as soon as they take that from us. Anyway.
You mentioned...
Yes. Please.
Only 2 machines were working.
Yes, only 2 of them are working. The third one is getting put into place, and, well, it's still got some pieces missing. It's part of the shoehorning, and I'm not going to lie to you, Ultion, your whole rebellion was poorly timed. We haven't been able to get the pieces ever since the fighting started.
What pieces?
Yeah. I'll show you. She walks back out of the room, taking you around and points at certain parts, and you can see there are levers, gears. I won't get into full details, but probably about 10% of what is still needed is not there. And it's only small parts now. Once they get those, they can get it operational and running. But the manufacturing for it is gone. Currently owned by a rebel city. Yeah.
Question. This is just for flavor, but it is a big step in BT's plotted out pathway that we have laid out. Would we say that that last piece of architect that I absorbed gets me to the level where I can replicate small pieces?
I would say that's a right path, but you're only a third of what you typically are? Let's go with yes. But in the time frame Ultion's looking for, you wouldn't be able to get all of it done.
No. Okay, how about 1?
1?
Pick. If I scan the pieces, pick 1 piece that would probably, let's say, be what I would consider to be the hardest to find.
Okay. Give me an intelligence check. It's going to be a low DC for you, considering.
Intelligence?
Yeah.
Eek.
I knew.
Okay.
It's a bad stat.
I mean, it doesn't make sense for my character, but okay, 12.
12. It's more in the piecing together of other people's capabilities. So, knowing Ultion and what he can do, and probably what this lady can do, but one of the pieces that's probably going to be the most intricate to create, you can easily identify that. It's not intricate in the sense of it's one of the most breakable and malleable pieces. It's more intricate in the sense that you would need a larger manufacturing to even create this piece, that what anyone else could do by hand. The other pieces they can do by hand. But this would be that one spot that if you couldn't create this, you're going to be dead in the water until you finally get something. But you can identify that.
Okay. Then the last piece of question I would need is what's the HP for that piece?
The HP is going to be a time frame. But given your state, I would feel like we would need to take the majority of your HP.
Make that piece?
To make that piece, say 3/4. And it would probably take you about 4 to 6 hours.
Yeah, and I can't afford 3/4 of my HP. Okay.
Remind me again, because right now my head is saying that you regain that HP. Is this a permanent loss?
No, it's a temporary HP
Temporary?
loss.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah, it would take the majority of your HP.
Okay. Make it.
Do you tell anyone, or do you just start making dial-up tones for 4 hours?
Ultion, how much time do we have before we have to move on?
Why?
I can make one of those pieces for them, but it'll take 4 hours.
Ellie, who's taking a sip of wine back inside that waiting room, goes, "Excuse me, what?"
He'll
You can do
probably
amazing things.
he'll probably pay for everything you need done easily.
Well, that entirely depends on which piece. Which piece?
What
tell
piece
him
do
which
you
piece.
need?
I tell them the big complex piece that they need that's missing.
Looks directly at you, Ultion. Rodney is sketchy, yes, but he always pays out. Steps over to her desk again. Picks up your papers. You manufacture that piece, I will do this for you for free. For 1 whole day's worth of production. That is how much that is worth to me.
And I can do you one better. Do you have any spare parts? And
Yes,
I'm going to
we've-
say that over my shoulder while I'm scanning all of the other missing pieces.
Yes, of course we have spare parts. We have to keep those things up and running, but we're running a little low on those spare parts.
Well, I can make you a couple other things. They'll be jerry-rigged, but they might be able to hold you over for a bit. And then after we're done, I'll see if I can find you some spare parts.
Well, this could actually be quite good. There is one big elephant in the room that we still have to face. Is it safe to assume that you are going to be throwing this out into the public?
Yes.
Then my final request is that you let me know before you do. We are the only ones who can create things like this, and I can tell you for a fact, they will not tolerate me working with you. We can break down and escape fairly easily. I have the means in place for that, but I need the heads up.
I can do that. And if you need a safe place, a safe house, Rodney may be sketchy, but they can't see us there.
What do you know of him? He was just a low-life senator before a few weeks ago. Then he started dabbling his neck into things.
I'm going to turn and I'm going to make eye contact with Big Ten. I'm going to say...
Lines, excuse me, I'm sorry I said weeks. Carry on. Very uneffectual, but...
I'm going to say through comms just to Big Ten. Well, we can't outright say that he's primordial because that requires a lot of explanation.
Not positive that he is, but he's along that same level or line. Primordial, God, something on that level.
I think I have an idea. I'm going to turn back and I'm going to say, there's a lot going on right now, outside of Grantina, there are forces at play way higher than you or me or even Big Ten.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, I'm pretty high up there, but come on.
That being said, as far as we know now, he's on our side. So that helps. As far as trusting him, I don't. But explaining further would require even more than 4 hours.
Oh, well, I'm more than happy to stay out of it. Just as long as he's on our side, as you put it. As from what
When
I
you
can
pack
tell,
up,
he's...
when you have to pack up, go to Zellum and take this. I'm going to quickly write out a note for Lucy and all of that to let her know that they need safe harbor in Zellum.
Why Zellum?
That's where the
Because
rebellion headquarters is.
that's my hometown. That's my hometown, bud. Come on.
Why not put him in Palace?
Well, it's just there for now, okay? And if they want to move to Pallius later, they can move to Pallius, all right?
I could use them in Palace.
All right, well, Zellum's closer, is it not? Look at your map. It's right there.
Well, see, that's another technicality that you don't know about. But anyway, no, it's not closer.
And get my
But
people
anyway.
and head that way. When the time
For
comes.
this much, yeah, it's closer.
Anyway, show me what you've got. We'll get to work.
Well, when you put it that way. Cracks her knuckles.
I'll begin my beep, boop, beep, 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 boop.
Just this light coming from Big Ten's forehead is like 3D printing on the ground in front of him.
For the 4 hours as well, she takes you to a laboratory area that is much more your style, Ultion. It's kind of like a mix between what you would expect to be a mechanic shop, a woodworking shop, a little bit of everything, a tiny splice of alchemy in there as well, but it looks to be covered in primarily just inks, different kinds of inks in that section. And she's right at home in here. Like you know, you can tell, you can see when someone feels at home in their spot. She knows exactly where everything is, doesn't even have to look for half the tools, just reaches and grabs. And she'll work alongside you. Never shows you the exact blueprints. That is something she keeps to herself. Does her best to. You work and you help. Give me... What is this? This is a tinkering. So,
Yes.
dexterity with your proficiency.
Yep. Do.
With advantage. She's helping you.
Oh, thank
Yep.
God. Okay. 19.
19. You get the process started. A large chunk of it completed. With your help, she, by the end of the next solar, can probably have this machine up and running, which will expedite the process. With that, you'll need to give her 3 days.
That works because we've got, 5 days until the election, right? 5 or 6 now?
Yes. Yeah,
Or
you've
the
got
election for the vote.
the vote, yeah.
I'd say.
It's the second, so including today, 5. 4 after today.
Or after that. Okay.
And it'll be happening at the end of the day, so you've got four full days to do stuff.
Perfect. Very quickly, Big Ten. While I'm working in here, I'm going to message you while you're in there. And I'm going to ask, how far did you get the teleporter range to?
On the vehicle, I doubled it, I believe. And got it precise. No error.
All right, here's my idea. And this is in character. What if we use the interceptor to get the pages out?
How do you mean?
Well, we open the back window. If you catch my drift.
Would that give them the opportunity to catch us, though? The interceptor's pretty big.
It might, but it's also pretty tough. And if we're fast enough, you've doubled the range.
It's up to you. I mean, sure.
We'll take everyone. Because if we do get caught, we'll need backup.
Process is complete. Meetings held. Orphanages visited. Things learnt. Everyone finds their way back to the base at the end of the solar.
Very quickly, before you go ending the episode, I wanted to, while everyone's around, I wanted to explain the fact that this is a continual time loop that we are in. It is an unbroken, so far at least, an unbroken chain of a time loop of creation and destruction. And that's why I think they know what we're doing. Because it's not just what we are doing, it's what we could do. And I think that's what they're doing. That's why nothing I've done has been effective. They turned the orphanage against me as if they knew that's what I was going to do, even though that wasn't my original plan.
Makes sense.
I don't know if you're saying it when Mr. Timms is there, but
Oh yeah, when everyone's there. There.
well, that would be very rude indeed.
When you arrive then, Ultion, Mr. Timms, or Korak as I have it on the screen, I'll have to change to Mr. Timms in the future. I just still can't get over the fact that belongs to a dog in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
A particularly daft dog. And when Minnie arrive and Mr. Timms arrive a little bit later, some more time is spent in waiting for Shadows to get back.
Probably a bit of time, actually.
Probably quite a bit of time. That's not the one I wanted. There we go. When finally you do hear the door open, a bit of a stumbling, a sound of someone struggling. Someone arrives down at the steps, and all of you see Shadow's eyes, not dilated at all, highly focused, cuffs around their wrists, and a strong line of drool just dripping out of their jowls. And that's where we will end for the night.
The end may have closed for now, return for more giggles and shouts.